Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, and if you listen in the background, you can hear Missy barking. Yeah, that's because my husband is having somebody come and clean out our septic tank. Ew, glad that's not my job. But if you don't mind the noise of her barking while I'm talking, I forgot to do something. And that is, I forgot to empty my dehydrator. It was still full of rosemary and basil and parsley when I went to do my cucumbers. So anyways, I'm going to take care of that. Then we'll get started on the cucumbers. Well, I am going by the directions in this dehydrating book that is on page 60. It tells us that if you do not plan on peeling your cucumbers, and they are store-bought cucumbers, that in order to remove the wax that is put on the cucumbers, that all you do is just put them in a pot of boiling water for 30 seconds, no longer. Otherwise, you're going to need to peel your cucumbers because apparently the wax on it will stop that from dehydrating properly. So I have a pot of water on my stove now that I am bringing to a boil, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do that. So my water is boiling. I have my cucumber. I'm just going to dip it in for 30 seconds. And thanks to the wonders of editing, yeah, you didn't have to wait for 30 seconds. So I'm going to continue with the rest of my cucumbers. Then I'll take them on over here to my mandolin and get them cut. I'm just going to cut these ends off. And according to my directions, they recommend it be at a 1/4 inch slice. Doesn't the mandolin make a remarkable job? Just so much easier. Anyways, I'm going to continue to do this with my cucumbers, and I'll be right back. So now I am just going to put them on my dehydrating trays, and the book said it needs to be at 125 degrees for, oh my goodness, let me see here, approximately 10 hours. But didn't actually cut all of them because I didn't know how many would fit on my trays since I only have 5 trays. I figured, well, I can always cut more, and that way I can slice those if I don't have room for them all and get them going when these are done. Anyways, I'll continue this and I'll talk to all of you in just a little while. If you're wondering why I have a different shirt on, these next few pictures might give you a good idea of why I had to change my shirt. Because I've been having such problems with my hands, and now it has gone to both hands, I cannot get that undercoat of hers out, and you have to get that undercoat out because it's dead hair. And so I was able to find a mobile groomer that comes to your home and have her groomed. And oh my goodness, what a mess. I mean, hair was flying, poofs of hair, big poofs of hair were flying like snowflakes through the entire van. It was hilarious. But she was a little scared, so I stayed in there with her, and I was able to get those pictures. She didn't look too happy, did she? Yeah, but she looks beautiful now. I'll show you a couple pictures of her. And she is so much softer now, and I'm sure she feels a lot better getting a lot of that hair and everything out of her. But anyways, I'll talk to you all in just a little while. For today's devotion, our scripture verse will be in Psalms 91, verses 1 to 4. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You know, this world can seem big and scary and difficult, and the words in this psalm helps bring us comfort. God is our shelter. God will cover us with His feathers spread wide, and under God's wings we will find refuge. You know, the birds do that by instinct. They see a threat and spread their wings, forming a canopy of protection. Their offspring run for cover and huddle there until the danger passes. These passages are reflecting on the relationship between God and ourselves. The psalmist says God will protect us in a way like that. We can find refuge under His wings, so to speak. Surely God will shield and protect us. But sometimes a threat doesn't pass us by, and we don't feel protected at all. And we need to understand that the promise is not that pain and tragedy will magically flow around us, but that ultimately nothing can separate us from the reach of God's arms and from His love. We live in the shelter of the Most High God. We rest and find comfort in the shadow of the Almighty. We do not fear because the all-powerful God of heaven and earth is here with us, walking alongside and in front of us and behind us as a mother hen who will never abandon her young. We're safe in God's care, and He is always with us. And with that, I want to remind you, life happens. Let's enjoy it. And ask the Lord to remind you of His strength, and that you will see a glimpse of His glory. For victory and salvation are found in Him alone. God bless, and I will talk to you on Monday.